And we're off again. I'm not sure why anyone would want to sit here watching me move books around over and over and over. Although there is a type of aestheticism to it, I have to say, watching myself move these books around has been quite interesting, to say the least, especially when you speed it up. I really like the part where you kind of just watch the books disappear off the shelves. I don't know if anyone else is enjoying that. But yeah. I did find a few more boxes hidden here and there throughout the house. I think I got a package in the mail and I was able to salvage that box. We also had a couple crates at the library get emptied as well. You can see on the back wall, I haven't put up the cardboard on the window yet. And I realized when I was putting this video together, for some reason, I didn't record that part. And I'm like really mad at myself. So you'll see that all of a sudden, the day comes when the blinds are down and it's really dark in here. Well, that's because I put the cardboard up. And let me say, it turned out really beautiful. Like, I'm really happy with how it came out. I'll probably go outside in this 100-degree heat and get some pictures and post them over on Instagram or X. Because, like, I cut the cardboard perfect. Like, perfect. I am so happy with how I cut this stupid cardboard. I could probably talk about the cardboard this whole video. I'm so happy with it. Anyways, you guys don't just get to look at me moving boxes around this time. You also get to watch me build bookcases. I know. Wow. I bought about half the bookcases at this point in time. And when you see me on my phone during this point, it's because I was doing math. Again, with the math. Math is hard, okay? Especially when you have to do it in your head. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to round both corners or if I was going to have to only be able to round one. So I had purchased enough bookcases that I could use two of the short billies to round the corner, or I could use a short and a long to round the corner. And so I had measured everything, but I wasn't 100% sure it was going to fit because of the amount of space that a rounded corner billy takes up. Well, it turns out did not have enough space. If I used the short one, it was too short. And if I used the long one, it was too long. But that's okay. I do like the way that it turned out. It ends up with just a single sitting at the end of the row. And we might have to get rid of it, but I'm going to cross that bridge when we get there. It completely depends on how the new stacks turn out. You guys should give me your opinion. Once everything is done, I really do want to hear what you guys think. One thing I am going to mention early on is that next week's video, I think, is probably going to focus on library room number 3. I took a break from this room because I had some medical issues come up this past week or so. Those of you that don't know me, I have medical issues. It doesn't show in these videos because I have this sped up so fast that it makes it look like I have all the energy in the world, but I'm actually moving snail slow. Anyways, long story short, I spent a lot of time in bed, and so I was only getting up when I would feel well enough, and then I would work on the library room that's upstairs, which is library room number 3, which also happens to be my adult room. Part of the issue is that is my BL room, hentai room, GL room, mostly BL room. And I have a lot of male adult figures that aren't wearing any clothes. They make my husband blush. I'm not worried about the book spines. I know they'll be fine, but for YouTube's algorithm, my figures, well, not so much. I'm gonna have to keep those hidden away. So I'm probably gonna have to do like a NSFW short on X or Insta for my BL friends, just for the figures, because I know a lot of you are dying to see my boys. But what little does show, I will blur. I don't want to traumatize anybody, but I'm giving fair warning that next week's video will probably include that room. Yeah. Part of the reason that you see me moving books into the new shelves is because, as I said in last week's video, I am already completely out of space. So I have no choice but to build the shelves and then move the books into them. My living room is a complete disaster, and I just have no choice at this point. So I had to build everything around everything. One of the things that I'm not sure if you guys have noticed is how I do the nails on the backboards of the shelves. One of my friends saw me do it and was in awe. I was laughing really hard because I just thought it was how everyone did it. So when I put together a shelf unit, I pretty much follow the instructions. And then when I put the backboard on, I nail the top and bottom, since it's pretty obvious where the wood is for those. Then I stand it up and use one of the shelves. In this case, I'm using the broken shelves from the old 5x5, and I take a pencil and I draw a little line along the side where the shelf is, and then I use an actual shelf that would fit in the unit. That way I know it's square, and I draw a line along the back of the board. Then when I go to put in the nails, I know that it's right along the back of the piece of wood. I don't even have to think about it. I know it's centered. It's always worked. I've always done it this way. I've put together probably 100 shelving units over the years, and we currently have like over 20 or so in the house. Consider that my tip of the week for building shelves. Thankfully, I did buy enough shelves to get at least the left side of the room finished. So at the end of this video, you will see that the entire left side of the room is complete. However, that was literally as far as I got before I had to move on to a very dirty, dusty phase. You'll get to see that in 2 weeks. So this is the part where I'm going to promote everybody heading over to my Instagram. I don't post a lot. I probably post maybe 3 or 4 times a week. I'm not real good about remembering to post on social media, but I do have like a little contest running right now about the ceiling of this room. And that will be part of the video that I post in a couple weeks. If you want to participate, if you think you can figure out what we're going to put up there, I invite you to come check it out and play along. See you next week.